Hello and welcome to the History Boys segment by Leroy 592. And today we're going to explore the Crusades, or rather, the criminal history of the Crusades. Now, this is a bit of a quickie, but we're going to explore the Crusades and the Holy Wars and that they were in fact not so holy. So maybe some of you know of the Teutonic Knights who just went on to the Holy Land in Jerusalem to plunder riches in the name of God, or rather under the pretense of the name of God. But do you know that some of them were actually thought of as criminals? That they set up penal colonies, not unlike Australia in the 1700s and the 1800s, where most of the Crusaders were Englishmen who were tried for murder. Probably not just Englishmen, but those seeking to just redeem themselves or just condemned to the Middle East and were sent into the Crusades, which is, of course, thought of as a centuries-long war, and probably most of them were criminals. Either they were legit murderers or they were tried. Didn't really matter. But they were sent into the war and to either just be sent there to be executed by, by proxy, through war, because, well, casualties in the battlefield, it didn't really matter. Soldier was a soldier and dying in a battlefield was just, that was it. But of course, it makes you think of how much of the self-serving attitude even back then, even 800 to 500 years ago, that people just dressed it up as a noble cause of serving the Lord, as it were. But most of them just plundered riches, wanted to go somewhere else, or were sent over there, condemned as criminals. So, of course, this is a bit of a early hours recording, being a bit of the booze, but yeah, probably not as much as the Crusaders. Certainly not the Teutonic Knights. They just wanted to get rich, drunk, go to other lands, etc. And in a sense, like I said, the some part of the Holy Wars was a front for penal colonies, where they would just send all sorts of blokes, bad blokes, to the to Jerusalem to fight in the Crusades. And they varied, yeah. They were legit murderers, or just accused of murder, or they were soldiers that wanted to prove themselves, who really, and also really, believed in their cause. But nevertheless, there was a myriad, in brackets, variation of guys who just wanted to, who were just there mingling, and whether or not the some of them believe that Christianity was superior to Saladin's Islam cause or whatever. Some of them just were there because they didn't have a choice, and some of them were there just because they wanted to do something. They wanted to plunder riches or just fight or all of that. So makes you really think of people's attitudes towards things, experiences, what people went through. Yeah. I guess some things were as, I guess, slightly romantic as Ridley Scott's Kingdom of Heaven, but an epic and all that. But there were some guys who just did as they pleased and paid for it, and then they went somewhere else, and they tried to do the same again under the threat of death because they didn't care. And maybe they thought, if I'm going to die anyway, I'll either meet Satan or the Father up in heaven. Or maybe just people just didn't care because they just wanted to do what they wanted. They were in a new land and thought maybe if they were going to die anyway at some point, they might as well just live it up. So it really puts you in this perspective of, did they really do it for a religious cause, a lot of these crusaders, or did they just want just use the experience as they were somewhere else and they wanted to do something. So maybe I was rambling a bit, but because of the alcohol. Yeah. Happy Christmas, Happy New Year, all that shit. Maybe blot that out. Maybe bleep that out at some point. But just to conclude this episode of History Boys Bad Blokes. A lot of them were bad blokes. This is why I'm including this in this series, because there were, of course, like I said, reports of crusaders who were most likely, a lot of them, that were condemned, sent over there into the holy wars in the Middle East, in Jerusalem, present day Israel, blah blah blah, were just bad blokes who may or may not have murdered people or been charged. Sometimes that didn't make a difference. So that concludes Lero 592's History Boys Bad Blokes. And I'll swear I'll get better at these. Bit of a rookie. Yeah. Seeing as this is my second recording as a whole so far. So that concludes History Boy Bad Blokes. And I'll be sure to upload my second History Boys Bad Blokes episode 2 at some point in the near future. Good night. God bless.